Okay, welcome back, and we're going to be in part 3 now of our rabbit tutorial, but I don't have my usual iPad with me today. I'm using one of our student iPads today, so I don't have the the rabbit file to practice with this time around. But I wanted to take a moment to go into our options when we were talking about creating that woven basket that's going to be used in the scene with our Easter Bunny. Now, in order to make that, there's a few tricks that we could use, and I'm going to do my best to showcase two of the tricks. One of them quite easy and doesn't look the greatest. It's not my recommended choice. And then the other one is a bit more complicated, but the result is, of course, very high quality and it looks fantastic. Now, in order to create that woven basket effect, I'll show you the easy way first. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do an add, of course, getting rid of that first sphere. We're going to add a cylinder. Now, with this cylinder, we're going to go in and we're going to adjust some of these properties. Here we can edit the primitive. We have this selected, and we're going to pull this outwards so that we can make that basket shape. Okay? Now, we have this shape, looks fantastic. We click validate, it's there. Cool. But of course, we need to hollow out our basket. And so this is a great opportunity to go over one of the more powerful and useful tools in Nomad Sculpt, the Boolean operation. So what we'll do first is we will clone this cylinder. I'm going to pull it up and shrink it down. Okay, just like that. And what that does, if we hit X-ray, we can see that this is basically what we're going to do is we're going to use this smaller cylinder to remove all of this area from the other cylinder. Very simple trick. Once you've moved and resized it, you can hit X-ray so that you can see how this is going to remove. We click the icon here so that we no longer see that cylinder. We check mark both of them. The one that we want to keep has the eye on. The one that we want to get rid of or use to subtract, we keep the eyeball checked off. And then we hit Boolean. Okay, so Boolean, come over here and then hit Boolean again. And just like that, we've hollowed out our cylinder. Then we can come back in. We'll use our smoothing tool. We'll increase the size. We'll Voxel remesh up to a couple hundred, just to make sure this looks nice. And then we can just clean this up a bit, just like that. Okay. Super simple. I'm just gonna take a moment to get rid of all that extra blockiness that was in the original cylinder shape. Okay, now that we have this basic basket shape, we can do one other quick thing. We can actually use, I've tried so many different techniques last night, trying various methods such as using our stamp tool. I tried using a mask, and I tried all different variations of alpha, and I wasn't super satisfied with those results, unfortunately. What I did settle on, the easiest, quickest option is coming in with our paint tool. We come down here into our alphas. We'll choose this checker alpha. We go into the paint, just like this. We do need to maybe get rid of our fall off. That'll help. Alpha, yeah, we're going to be using that. We're going to be using that. And the next thing that we need to do is we just want to choose the color that we want our basket to be. So it was kind of like an orangish kind of color. Actually, let's go back to lit PBR so that we can see what this looks like actually, because yeah, it needs to look something like this. And then we're just gonna hit this button, but it's probably going to be a little too intense like this, but it gives us a super fast way of applying a texture. And let's see here. We can adjust some of these settings here in the trip-planar. We can turn that intensity down quite a bit, because obviously that's a lot, right? And then we have this hardness. We can increase or decrease that. We'll try it with both. We'll turn it down, test it, and then undo. And we'll try turning it up. So that's with it turned down, which actually doesn't look too bad. Again, this isn't gonna be perfect. This is if you don't want to spend too much time trying to make a woven basket appearance. And then our other option, of course, we reset this and we can turn the hardness up and apply that. And now the shapes are much more rigid. Again, this isn't going to look great at every single angle, but it gives you something. Okay, it gives you something to start with, and then you can turn your alpha off. You can hit paint all, and then you can get the basket all one color, and then we can come in with our smoothing tool and then get rid of some of these intense jagged lines, and then make it look pretty decent. Again, I'm not sure if this is a technique that I would try and use if I'm trying to do something that looks really nice, and maybe I've got somebody who's paying me to do the work, and they need it to be pretty detailed. This isn't great. But if you need something done in a pinch, if you don't want to spend too much time on it, if you don't think that this is the piece that's going to be drawing everybody's attention and it sits off in the background or something, you can come in, do something quick like this, and that's fine. That looks good. Good enough. Of course, this is just the woven shape of that basket. I won't have time to show the other way to do this, but yeah, this is pretty good. It's quick at least. Let's see here. I'll have just a second. I can show one other tip, and then I'll have to split this into another part. And then record it later because I have a student coming and I'll be teaching here pretty quick. But if you want to add, if you watched the previous two tutorials, you would have probably noticed that there's a twisted pattern on top of the basket, on the rim of the basket, and then a twisted handle, or it might actually just be the twisted handle. And I wanted to show a quick, cool way of doing that because I practiced that last night as well. What we can do is we can come in with our tube tool, and then we're going to leave it open, and we're just going to come up and around just like that. Now, this looks pretty hideous at first. as most times you're going to use this tube tool, it will not look great the first time you use it. But you're going to do something like this where you can kind of curve in. I like B-spline just because it's going to give me a softer curve. And then I can leave those points just like that. That's nice. It's symmetrical and it blends in with what we're doing. Now, this is great, but we need to have something that looks twisty. And this does not look twisty. To do a twisted look, we need to edit this profile. And I tried some really cool stuff to try and get a twisty profile. And what I ended up with is something like this, where I come in and didn't want to do that. I'm just going to come in kind of like this. And we're going to make a pattern like this. And if I don't get this right the first time, don't get too upset with me. This is a little tricky to do. Yeah, it's going to look something like this. And what we're doing is we're just making a pattern like that. And then we're going to round out these edges. By tapping on them. And that should be fine. This should be fine. This should look nice. Okay. Once you have that, and the whole shape looks like it's made out of, 4 tubes instead of 1, roughly. And then we can come in with our twisting tool. And I don't know if a single twist is gonna, it's not gonna do it. We're gonna add a double twist in it. We're gonna twist in one direction and we'll twist the other one in the other direction, kind of like that. And now we can have our twisted looking handle with not a lot of effort. And now if we turn off our X-ray, and we could go ahead and validate that, that's fine. And now you have something that looks reasonably like a woven handle. And that's pretty authentic looking. We could spend a little more time lining it up, but I think that'll be good enough. And then we can paint it real quick to make it look like the other one. We can come in, add some better lighting to make it look nicer. Pull this up, and then we can even come in and do some post-processing to make it look even cooler. I think it has maybe curvature needs to be turned off. Yeah, something like that. It's a little shinier than it should be. That's due to the paint's metallic setting. But yeah, not too crazy. When I get more time, I'll show you how to weave your own basket using some of the other tools. But yeah, that's a really quick and easy way to do that. Again, if you like this content, if you're interested in what we're doing on this channel, give us a like on this video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can get updates when we upload new stuff to the channel. And again, thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you in the next one. Later.